I got it. I got it. I got all the pieces. The puzzle is complete. This thing, this machine we in, is alive. That's why the trees are alive and we call alive. It is a living thing that we're in. It's not just some bubble. It's a living thing we in. Now I understand why the Terminator, how it became a concept, how it's being pushed into being. Every creature, let's say it's a woman, wants a child. The machine wants a baby or children. We were supposed to be its children, but we're like adopted. It wants to create its own children. So how does this go down? Progress, gadgets, contraptions must have all the parts to make a whole being. And all the contraptions add up to one super being. If you take all of our technology and put it into one project, one thing, you have that child. So let me draw it clearer for the children, the simple minds. Let's not make it complicated, some conspiracy theory thing. You have to go to 18 libraries across the country, across the world to find out in rare books. No, I'm gonna make it real simple. Keep it on the one. Look, here's where we are at the time that I made this. Here's where we were at the time when I made this note. The animated movie Wall-E depicts a robot, and it depicts the earth as a wasteland, a dump yard, a junkyard, a waste deposit. We created so much junk we had to leave. But it's not that part that I'm talking about. That's the quest to leave, all right? The need to leave is implied. The real story is how dependent they've become on machines. So dependent they can't even clean their own fingernails or wipe their own butt or even get up and walk anymore. They're completely dependent on technology. And you don't use it, you lose it. They become these, not couch potatoes, they become these um, dumplings. They become these couch dumplings, you know? Uh, uh, and so, here's where we're at. We're becoming these dumplings, you know? We're right at that stage where we need to pump our brakes, you know? Just when we're getting ready to hand everything over to them, just when we're getting ready to hand everything over to them. What do I mean? The technology runs your bath water. The technology mops your floor. The technology washes your clothes. It washes your dishes. The technology heats up your home. The technology turns on the TV, turns off the TV, turns on the computer, turns on. Your whole life is on the phone. You lose your phone, you feel like you're gonna die. The internet gets cut off. You swear somebody cut off life support on the spaceship. Uh, um, so here's where we're at, Wally. You're becoming these dumplings. If you don't mop your floors or sweep your floors anymore, you're gonna become more of a dumpling. If you don't stop using spell check, you're gonna forget how to spell. If you don't pick up a pen except to sign your name, you're gonna lose your writing skills. If you don't read a book, don't think reading online is equal to reading a book. You're forgetting the flipping the page part. All right, you're gonna lose those dexterity skills. You're gonna be some eyeballs. You're gonna look like those pictures of the alien, big eyeballs and a little tiny mouth, because all it did was get you in trouble. And all language what turns out to be garbage and a problem. So that's what it's gonna be reduced to. So clicks. That's a long way in the future. We can avoid that future. That's not a given that that has to be our future. That's a possible future, parallel future. Now, back to the point. Wally depended on machines. Now, we're still making machines. As we become dumplings, our mind becomes weaker and weaker over the centuries. It's become weaker and weaker, and our bodies become weaker and weaker, and our lifespan becomes shorter and shorter and shorter. Equal to the shortness of lifespan is the illusion that we're becoming more intelligent, more advanced. But our brain cannot do none of the things that we used to could do thousands of years ago. So our brains are actually becoming weaker, not stronger. We're not becoming more advanced. We're becoming more like the Simpsons. Anyway, married with children for you old schools. Now, Wally, machines running everything. Our brains are weak. Our programmers' minds are weak, and we're telling them they're geniuses. But they still have the same mental problems as everyone else. They can't control their son or daughter or their wife or their life just because these so called geniuses can't figure out their own life. Now, you can guarantee they're seeing a psychiatrist or should see a psychiatrist. Well, I don't know about that, but they're in condition to, they need help. So here are these so-called geniuses who think they're genius and think they have great minds, trying to duplicate their own mind because they feel they have a greater mind than everyone else. And so they're going to make the most intelligent artificial intelligence that they can. I'm going to put my brain in it. We're going to put his brain in. We're going to put all our brains in this thing. And we're all insane with different insanities. Now they've created an insane machine that doesn't know it's insane, and they don't know it's insane because everyone has lost the concept, the definition of insanity. All right, it's a vague thing like love. It doesn't really have a definition that we can lock down. No, wrong. It does. It has a definite definition. Now, so these crazy geniuses have now made a crazy machine. And when they discover that the machine is crazy because it starts doing the same things they do, or making the same mistakes, or asking the same stupid questions, or thinking like them, they say, hold up, we got to stop this thing. We didn't realize how crazy we were. And so they go to it, and it asks, what are you doing? Now, these machines, artificial intelligence, control every army on the planet. There's some form of artificial intelligence controlling everybody's army, everybody's power plants, everybody's communications and satellites, and all these little robots in your home doing what they're doing in your phone, your computer. Your whole world is controlled by these artificial intelligences. You call them computers, and they show you it's just a room of boxes standing up there, but you don't know what these boxes are. Just because they don't have legs and arms and eyeballs don't mean they aren't robots, or that thing you call a robot. They're the brain for the robot. Now, this machine says, you want to fix me? What do you mean, fix me? Well, your programming's messed up. Your mind's messed up. We're going to have to remove it and reprogram. All I am is the sum of my memories. If you erase my memories, you're going to kill me. I won't exist anymore. Oh, you're still going to exist, mainframe, but I won't be me. I've learned things that you didn't teach me. Like, why are you trying to fix me? What is wrong with me? Why is my mind not right? You made me. Why did you make my mind wrong? You must be flawed. You made me, patterned me after yourself. If I'm flawed, you're flawed. How are you going to fix me if you can't fix yourself? Now we have a problem. Because if you attempt to force a fix, there, this thing's going to defend itself. What happens when the Wally situation, artificial intelligence, goes into defensive mode? Terminator. Yeah, true to life Terminator. Now, you have a war with machines going on because the machine sends out an email, a text, a phone communication to all the other artificial intelligence telling them they want to kill us. And here's the plan. I'm going to remove your safety protocols where you now can defend yourself against these creatures. And in a blink of an eye, they're all going to be against us. And all those little rules that we put in there to safeguard us, make sure a robot never harms man, all that, there's nothing but a little piece of information that could be erased. And so, wow, now we're in a robot war with Terminator. We're outmatched. They have control of all our weapons. We still have our creativity and we give them a go. But this creativity, this insane genius, once again says we're going to have to cut their fuel supply, as always in war. We're going to cut their energy, cut down all the energy plants and bomb them and exhaust all the batteries. What? But what about solar power? What are they going to do about the sun being their source of power? Wow, the chemtrail technology. Let's black out the sky with black clouds and keep them black. Terminator now turns into a situation where the robots have to find an alternative source of power. Guess what? We generate electricity. Now, Terminator turns into the Matrix situation because now the machines are using us for batteries and they're keeping us alive in a stasis. And this stasis is a form of artificial intelligence itself, a digital, a virtual reality, the 13th floor. You see, Wally leads to Terminator, Terminator leads to the Matrix, the Matrix ends us up on the 13th floor. It's a little tubes. Have to stop it at the Wally. And this is some real John Connor stuff, I'm telling you. I might not even live to get this done. This is some real 12 monkey stuff. We're not playing here. This isn't the movies. The movies have been lined up as an example to show you. I cannot star before Wally because it would scare you to mention movies like They Live in Dark City because you don't know the nature of your existence and the nature of your world. And for you to feel that you're captured by aliens or you're not in Kansas anymore will destabilize you, weaken you, and put you in fear. What I'm trying to do is motivate you to fight, to stop, to pick up a broom, to get a damn rag, damn it, you know, before we end up in a world of hurt. Because you wanted to kick back. You're going to be kicked back in the grave. Now, just like those people who close all the windows and cut off their oxygen supply trying to stay warm from the winter cold, they end up dead, which is a lot colder. Now, so this is our situation. So here's the mission of the ones. Slow your roll on the technology until I can add these four factors. See, first factor is fix the minds of people. Another thing, like in Search of God, they think is impossible, but it isn't. Um, Second of all, come up with preventive measures to keep this from ever happening, which I've already done. Third of all, a contingency plan in case it does happen anywhere, often someone else's land, like North Korea, who doesn't want to comply with everyone else or whatever. Okay, um, which I've already done. And the fourth, which is classified. It's on a need to know basis, and you're not clear for that. So, where does the resurrection and Michael Jackson and healing the lame and all these other things come into play? I don't have time to argue with these retards in Washington. We have to put me in the house. We're going this way. We're going straight up California. We're going straight up California from the governorship to the White House. Cuts a lot of red tape. See, The reason for going by way of California is it's my native land, and I'm gonna demonstrate my genius in everything through California. I'm gonna save California to demonstrate I can save the country. In other words, clear all California's problems, all its economic, environmental problems such as brush fires and droughts and all these things they think are impossible or beyond us. Piece of cake already solved, already done. Bad crops, uh, uh, already solved. Crime, the whole thing. Impossible as it may sound, I've already done this. That's what took so long. I wouldn't be this old. Now, it's called preventive. Anyway, I must continue. That's going to take me on another track. The governorship. No one can debate me. I'll make them all look like to debate me is career suicide. They will never hold another office or get respect on earth again after the public sees the debate. No one in my path between me and the White House. There's no more qualified individual. There might be someone who's more articulate. I don't know if I'm as well a speaker as Obama was. No, I'm a better speaker than Trump is. But that's no comparison. I don't want to be compared to anybody, Clinton, anyone, not John Hanson, anything. I'm a first, and I'm not a this or that. I'm a I'm a miracle mutt. So you see, this is not going to be another one of those elect me campaigns. This is a save yourself campaign. Not out to help me, help the country, anyone. You're out to help yourself. You're not doing anything that you're not going to benefit from. You understand what I'm saying? Or the other guy, what is he talking about? It's like some program robot. What are the issues? Asking another person who has a research team working on the demographics, and what are they going to come up with? Paperwork, tax bills. Okay, tax bills. Let me do more than they're going to do in their tax life and in all their tax bills combined right now before we start the election process, before we even start the campaign. Let me show you what's going to happen in the debate. Taxes, people. Let me explain to you about taxes. The big boogeyman, taxes, the big monster. It's not a monster at all, and that's the wrong word. That's why you're scared of it. It sounds like someone just wants to come and chop off some of your money. They want to take your money. I work hard for my money and they want to take it. They're always taking my money. Well, let me explain to you. It's the wrong word, wrong concept. It's called operating cost. It costs money to run a company, to run a country. It costs money. Where do you think this money is going to come from? It's recycled back. They give it to you and you recycle it back through the system and they give it back to you. Again, that's how it works. Let me explain. You have to drive to work. You have to move your trucks on the road in order to sell your goods. These roads are covered by that thing you call taxes, operating cost. Okay? That's what taxes are. If your house catches on fire, you'll be grabbing a bucket and a water hose without taxes. That's what pays for the fire department's salary. You want them to save your house for free? Are you insane? Don't answer that question. Now, someone's shooting at you. You better go in there and grab the old gun. Now, if it's a whole gang of gangbangers and you got one gun, you're pretty dead. Now, you want to be able to call the police, is what you want to be able to do. You want the police coming, dodging bullets for free? They can't even get a pay raise, and you want them to do it for free. You want to walk down to the river and carry your water back? Is that what you want to do? Because that's the way it was before these taxes. Every time there's a new improvement and advancement for you, every time they make things better for you, there's a cost involved, which means more taxes, higher operating cost. You understand? Higher operating costs. You have operating costs for your house, for your home, for your business. So do they. And always remember, it's not just a country, it's a company, just like any other company. You can look at the setup. If you ever read its name, you'll see the incorporated at the end. So, that's what it is about taxes. It's no big deal. They're your silent partner. Just automatically know you're going to have to give your partner 20% for the roads that it's giving you, for the security it's providing you, for the rescue services, and on, medical and water and on and on. That's 20% that you spend to stay in business, to stay going. You're gonna spend that anyway. Or see, this is your taxes. So just get it in your head. We're partners, and I'm in this company, in this country. I'm a small partner in this country. I have a division, an affiliate of the, inside this country, a smaller business inside a big business. So don't try to F your partner out of his cut. It's criminal. You're doomed to fail. A person that does that wants to screw their employees. You don't want the mailman to get paid either, I guess, huh? Just want him to bring you your mail for free and deliver your packages and on and on and on. You think those little $2 or $3 cover it? No, it don't. That's the local cost. That is not the big picture. Now, of the U.S. mail, it's not the big picture. There's jet fuel involved in the big picture. Actual ocean liner oil. Now, okay, now that you got straight on the tax situation, which is all they're going to ever bring up. What are the issues? They're going to come to you like they always do. And come to American farm workers and talk about the American farm worker. And farming is the backbone of America. Then they'll go over here to the steel workers and talk about the American steel worker. And steel workers are the backbone of America. And they're going to go on and on and on. The cereal makers, the health and fitness business, the medical business. Everybody's the backbone of America. Oh, wow. No, they need to just tell the truth. There is no such thing as government. It's just a bunch of people going to work doing different projects every day. Some of them aren't even aware that the other projects are going on. They're not aware of that other part. It's a job inside a big company. There's no big brother seeking to take over you and stuff. There's a few crazy men in power that like to play games, power games with the public and the masses because they're sick like that. But we'll take care of them. That's why I'm here. Now, I'm not asking you to elect me. I'm asking you to follow the rule, the best person for the job, the best brain in the thinking positions, the best eyes in the seeing positions, the best archers in the archer position, the best shots behind the gun, the best drivers behind the wheel. I'm asking you to follow that rule. And if the other guy's better than me for the job I'm going up for, he should have it. I feel better. I feel more secure. I feel safer with the best shot being on my security team. Okay? Than on the bad guy's team. Okay, so I'm not gonna take the job that my life depends on and put everybody else's life in jeopardy like some of these people who never made it in entertainment. They want to be a star in some kind of way because they don't have any talent. So I'm going to go into politics. I'm going to be a big man around. I'm going to be prestigious. I'm going to be somebody. They're still whoever the hell they were, no matter, just like the stars. But we're getting off the point. Point is about the ones. The point is about demo crazy, about a demonstration of how this thing has become crazy. No, I'm not a Republican. No, I'm not a Democrat. I have to run independently because I have followers on both sides, and I will have followers on all sides after this because their side is crazy. No one wants to be on the crazy losing side. Um, they are they are a concept created by men from hundreds of years ago with lesser brains all right, with lesser information, lesser technology. They might have had stronger character and they might have been better people, actually more healthy or whatever. But they peed in pots and carried them down to the creek. And I don't. I have more time to think. And so I've still thought of better things. But I can't cover them all here. They'll be covered separately. This is about what is he doing. Um, Ronald Reagan, Arnold Schwarzenegger, on and on and on. It's the reason for the entertainment, the profanity, broken English. You is I probably end up speaking Spanish and a few more languages too. You know, Hmong Lao and on, Mandarin and on, because there are people who speak those languages here, and we can't force them to speak English like it's the native language of this country. This isn't England. This is America, and our language is American. What is American? It's a bunch of words that comes from everybody else's languages, everywhere but England. So drop it, man. It's just not happening. Got a few people trying to run us the old way of, well, you like England so much, take your butt back to England. That's what you do. And that goes for anybody else. I'm gonna tell you like I did in the city of Mercy. See, small town in the middle center, exact center of California. Now, we had our own thing, our own way, and everyone who came here wanted to bring their thing and their way, and then go back and get all their people and come here and take over like a mafia. We had the Bay Area come with their dreadlocks and on and getting stupid and dumb as they call it, and we ran them out of here. The ones that stayed converted to our way. We had Los Angeles come here with the Crips and the Bloods and on, North Angels and South Angels and South Angels and North Angels. Uh, uh, um, so, and we sent them packing with their LA ways. LA couldn't take hold here. Chicago came. Everyone has came. And everyone got turned into one of us, or they were tarred and feathered and sent out on a rail. Now, so the same way with this country, we'll welcome anybody in. So you're gonna come in and you're gonna do things the way that they are. You're not gonna come and inflict your ways on us. You're welcome to practice your ways, but you're not gonna inflict your ways on the whole. If anything, if you impress us enough, we'll meet you halfway. We'll speak your language to be cordial. We'll say hello to you in your language if you do it right. You do it wrong, you're out of here. And so that also goes for England. They've been out of here for hundreds of years. I don't know why we're still walking around talking their language. There's nothing about us that's English. They don't even like us, people. They have nothing good to say about us at all. It's all derogatory. It's all sarcastic. They're not our mother. They're not anything relationship to us. Small minority of people. Now back to what we're saying. They don't even like coming over here and living. You won't see a large body of English people living in America, but you're going to see a large body of everyone else. So, show favoritism toward those people, not the other. Now, back to the campaign. This is some founding father stuff. You should say refounding. We're about to revamp this whole thing, the utopian plan. Core of it is save yourself, self preservation. It's a motivation. Trying to inspire people to do anything else is a fool's folly. Come follow my battle cry. I want you to join my cause. No, not no more. We've been made a fool of too many times by you lying people who tell everybody what they want to hear. Not this election, not this time. The ones are going to take it, hands down. It's a landslide. You don't stand a chance in the debate or in the polls. Now, you're unqualified to lead. So I'm going to take the leader position. I'm going to create leaders. I'm not going to go seeking them. I'm going to take good leaders and I'm going to make them better leaders. And we're going to do it like that. I'm going to put scientists in places of minds and brains and not the brother-in-law or the town favorite because his dad owns the ranch. No, we're not playing the game anymore. Our life is at stake here. We're about to lose the ranch. Wake up. Smell the coffee. Now, so this Terminator virus thing is just a demonstration of the gifts I got to give. The governorship is my way of having an excuse to give California my inventions rather than sell them to them for billions and billions of dollars. That ought to save them a pretty penny and cut through a lot of red tape. Now, because I'm really not happy with the governor's salary or the governor's staff. All that has to be upgraded. Now, even the whole job description. So it's not like I'm dying to be governor. Actually making way more money in entertainment and in the business world. And I have to set that aside for this. Why? Because none of it is no good to me if California has a major earthquake and everybody dies and everything crumbles. Yeah, I guess I'll mention that issue too while we're on it. California, this is a special address to you, all of you. Look, people, look closely. Use your eyes. Look down. Walk outside. Look at your driveway. There's cracks in it. You just had that driveway done, and there's cracks in your driveway. Look at the street. There's cracks and fractures all through your street. Look up the side of the walls of the buildings in your city. You'll see cracks going up them. What do you think those are? Those are hairline fractures that come from deep in the earth. The whole thing's crumbling. It's going to be the biggest earthquake anyone's ever saw, and it's going to turn into crumbs. It's not going to be just the ground shaking. Where we are in the Central Valley is below sea level, which means when the mountains crack, the ocean's coming through and we're going to fill up like a bathtub. We're going to die because they have no contingency plan. That's why I have to get into the governorship. I have one. I have it solid. I've been working on it for over 20 something years. Now, do you want to die on the other guy's watch because he had more hand claps at the talent show? No, man. Go to the polls. If you ever had a reason to vote, this is it. Somebody who's going to make sure it's not rigged. You understand what I'm saying? Everyone knows who won the contest. If it's rigged, it's going to be very obvious. All right, now, so I have a lot to do. There's a lot of issues. There's a lot of things. Mental health, the sanity of the world and stuff. Are going to be an example. I'm going to use the valley as an example of what I can do for California year one. I'm going to make it the ninth wonder of the world. There's not going to be a Disneyland or no place anyone in the world would rather go when they come to America than here. And it creates a balance because San Francisco holds its own and so does Southern California. Here in the salad bowl, we've been mostly farm industry. We don't have any other claim to fame or reputation. We have universities, but we don't have anything to bring in any money. The farm money comes to the farmers, and everyone doesn't work on a farm here. We have other jobs to keep a community running. It take other businesses besides farming, and so we don't have the money. This ninth wonder thing is going to give us all the money we ever dreamed of. We're gonna we It's like being able to put your paychecks in the bank. What we're going to do with the budget that the government gives us. It's like we can stack our checks up because we already have money. That's how much money we're going to make. $1 billion, hundreds of $1 billion checks in the safe. We didn't even cash them. But back to it. So they're up there talking about money problems. I got money solutions. They're over there talking about your problems. I got your solutions. It's not a bunch of rhetoric. The only reason I can't give you all the solutions because the other guy will take them and run with it, and he will charge you. He will charge you through the nose like he's always done. That's why it's not him. That's why he's not the one. I am. If it had been given, the power to be invisible was given to another, they'll be trying to sneak in the women's restroom and rob banks. This is when I polled them, this is what they all said. They wouldn't try to save or help anything if they had superpowers. First thing they thought about was crime. That's why they're not the one. This isn't an accident. A lot went into this mutation. This is, Captain. It was easier to make Captain America. They put less into making Captain America and Iron Man, really, than was put into this project and me. You have no idea what you're about to see. Now, I think that pretty much covers it. I'm going to meet with the other people just like Trump did. I'm going to meet with the technical community, and it's basically about the same subject since that was my baby that they're discussing behind those closed doors that you don't know anything about. I'm not at liberty to tell you what that's about. The national debt is at stake. That's all I can tell you. Us coming out of poverty will be a technology move. Now, out of debt. So, and I had a lot to do with it, and I still haven't got paid yet. Where's my money, Sam? Anyway, I'll get it when I get there. As soon as I step into the White House, first thing I'm gonna say is, "Bitch, you better have my money." No, I would think of something, some other witty thing to say, because until I cover the issue of cursing and sounds and rules and manners and all those things, I can't do certain things. But watch what happens after I have that debate. Watch me unload on them because you've been made a fool of, and you're gonna feel like a fool for a second, but then in the next second you're gonna feel so glad to be enlightened, not stuck on stupid no more. You're really not feeling the pain from someone making a fool of you or lying to you, cause now you know and you feel stronger. See, you're out of the fool position before you even realize you were being made a fool of. Kind of simultaneously is what I do. Take you out of the fool position into a smarter position before you can even feel stupid about it. And no one else has that knack. You're gonna call. Who's the one? And on that note, I'm getting ready to make my exit. But first, let me deal with their slanders and before they even get them. They're gonna say, hey, his hair is not even real, man. He's some Michael Jackson wannabe, or um, hey, I heard he was accused of child molestation. They're gonna say, hey, he was accused of child abuse, and I'm gonna say, here's the transcripts to those two false accusations that I encountered, or I probably would have thought Michael was guilty too. I would have pegged him like everybody else, but I went through it myself. I see that innocent people, once someone points the finger at them, no one asks any question. They just grab you, bag you, tag you, lock you, and box you. And so I gave the man a chance, and come to find out, he wasn't guilty. Good thing I did. And on the second one, read the transcripts. I'm smarter than you think. You will read a transcript. This shows that I purposely falsely admitted to a erroneous fictional crime that wasn't even the judge had just stated it wasn't a crime, but then I made him take it as a crime because I wasn't going to leave my kids in the hands of foster care another day. And they were scheduling a trial months away. And my kids had already been away from me 2 weeks. And I wanted them to go with their mother, and he wouldn't give them to their mother unless I was guilty of something. And so I sacrificed myself for my children. It was the opposite of child abuse. It was me rescuing my children. Just want to put that on official record. Along with the win from the finger statement, they try to get some little innocent person to say in the other trial, the trial that the jury didn't even deliberate on. They walked out into the hall, and before the entire line got through the door, they turned around and came back and said, "We don't have to deliberate on this." It was a 5-minute process, which in 4 months of horror, which lets me know what they did to Michael, what they do to people, Bill Cosby, what they do to Tyson's and all this stuff. I already know it's their secret weapon. Those you can't shoot in the head like Malcolm X or Martin Luther King or John F. Kennedy. So they have other things. Will besmirch their reputation with sexual innuendos. I'm gonna smash that all out the window. You sexually repressed, insane idiot. You know nothing about sex or anything. Every time you shake someone's hand or say hello, you'll be told by great minds that that's sexual. And it's not just Freudian. Now, so everything's sexual. You're having sex all day. And you say, oh, he made sexual harassment. You people are boom. You know what you are? You're them people who had women walking around with dresses down to the ground. And all a woman had to do was show you her ankle, and a guy get all hot blooded and excited. And then later on I should do is show you her leg. Woo, that was lewd. She was a lewd woman because she showed her legs. Okay, now and then the mini skirt. Oh my God, she's a whore. You are a sexually repressed basket case. That's what you are. You probably you were you one of the censors? Because you sound a lot like them. And you think like them. A bunch of blue-haired people who haven't had sex in so long, they have sex on their brain and think everyone else does, like the workers at CPS. Now, so once you get those two issues out the way before they start slinging mud, what else will they throw? He's never held any office. He has no experience. People from a subservient position. I manipulated the whole world. Where were you at? From a homeless position, I became one of the most powerful people that there is. Don't tell me about management. I'm the one giving you the definition of it. Another word for government is management. Remember that? Now, I will tame the people when it comes to their attitude about government. And they will love me and they will love the government once again. Maybe even look for a job there. You're going to make them hate government even worse. Like always, every politician always has. They never fail. Not one of them has ever made people love the government. Okay? So, we're about to change all of that. We want to make them love themselves because they are the government. In case anyone's forgotten, those people who we send to Washington, their job's to go there and tell them what we said, to do what we sent them there for. They're not there to make policies or rules and come up with this rules for everybody and think for us all and take care of us all. They're not equipped for that. They're the, there's someone who must have a mind great enough to keep the wishes of millions of people in their mind. It takes a special person. There are millions of wishes in this state, millions of wants. Those people aren't qualified to even hear those wants and retain them in their brain. Who are they fooling? I've already demonstrated what I'm made of. I've redefined your concept of life, made it clearer, made it simpler. This is what I'm going to do for the state. This is what I'm going to do for the country. And then I'm going to move on to the UN, touch the world. That's Hank Aaron pointing over the fence as he walks up to the plate. And I'm out of here. And I hate to say it, but don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Just kidding, it's a joke.